41 right now. The shopping cart in the parking lot, the bike in the garage, you name it. It doesn't take a lot to get a scratch on your car. Oh, man.
Kids in any way, shape, or form.
It can be so frustrating,
Well,
too.
a product called Scratch-dini promises to get rid of those scratches in a matter of minutes, and we don't want you to waste your money, so we put it to the test to answer the question, Kirk, does it work?
It happens in the parking lot, when you're parked on the street.
Man.
It'll even happen in your own garage. A scratch can happen anywhere.
We've all been there. It can be frustrating, but Scratch-dini may be able to help.
Just use a tiny bit of our revolutionary formula, and like magic, you'll buff away the scratch in seconds.
To test Scratch-dini, we had to find the expert, and so we came here to Scratch Master. That's what they do. They fix scratches on cars, so they're going to help us find out if Scratch-dini works.
This is Brian Lewis. He's the scratch master, and he's fixed more than a few scratches in his career.
I've been doing this 15 years, so thousands and thousands.
Our test car is his minivan. It has a bunch of scratches on the side.
Some of them are deep, some of them are shallower. You got different levels right here.
He says typically he would do some buffing, some sanding, and some painting to fix this problem. And Scratch-dini is not the first one-bottle solution that he's seen.
I buy them all the time just to try them to see if something's going to come along to be a cure-all for scratches, and I haven't found it yet.
So we went to work.
Go ahead and apply a small amount of the scratch remover onto an area using a clean, soft cloth.
We followed the directions, and within a few minutes, the scratches disappeared. I was surprised, but Lewis says it wasn't fixing the scratches. He claims it just temporarily made them go away.
I wouldn't want people to think that it's a permanent solution when it is it's a lot like a wax that fills the scratches.
To prove it, he pulled out a bottle of wax remover, and with a couple of sprays, and within a few seconds, the scratches reappeared.
It didn't make a permanent change to the scratch.
But it did remove the site of the scratch, which is more than nothing. And he says Scratch-dini sort of works.
It's valid, and it will temporarily conceal very surface level scratches if it's really close to the surface. If it's deeper than that, I wouldn't have expectations.
So, Scratch-dini is $10. It's not expensive. We bought it over at Bed Bath & Beyond. And Lewis says if you're trying to do a quick cleanup of a car, for example, if you're trying to sell it maybe, or you just want it to look better, this is perfect. But if you're expecting a long-term permanent solution, he thinks you might be disappointed and you might be better off calling a professional. And it's interesting because that's what he does. He fixes a lot of small repairs with his business, Scratch Master. But he says right now they have had to shift their focus to fixing hail repair. That they're hoping to shift back to the small projects later at the end of the year.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Well, that was helpful to know. We're looking at a different kind of weather issue this week, though,
Hopefully
Jen.
no hail.
No,